See how
Well,
many viewers? Sorry.
that's all right, Trudy. Welcome to Virtual Tarot, and welcome to the Church of Ultimate Happiness, from where I am broadcasting your February reading this month, Taurus. That's Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising, or Taurus Moon. I'm Ava, Trudy, our tarot correspondent. At the other end, whom you can't see perhaps right now, is joining me. Hello. And the reason, if you haven't seen any of the other videos yet, of the other signs, the reason that we're doing it this way this month is because Trudy, being a true Gemini, was the victim of a glitter accident. She has these boots that are quite spectacular. They are completely covered in glitter, and she was wearing them coming down the stairs in her home. Her boot, that is the glitter part, stuck in the rug, and she was carrying a lot of things in her hands, and the weight of which propelled her forward. She careened down the stairs, landing on her head, the side of her head actually. So she has a fracture in her jaw, sort of a little line. It swelled up and caused her to be unable to speak, which is an absolute tragedy for a Gemini. It was very painful, and she had to resort to writing, texting, emailing for almost 3 weeks. But more importantly, it interrupted our production of our show, which is, you may not notice, but they are a little bit more elaborate than you would imagine behind the scenes, and they take all our effort during the month together to bring it to you by about the 15th of every month. But this month, we weren't able to do that. So we are, the only recourse is to use this Hangout, but we are determined to bring you your forecast anyway. And so, Trudy, would you please take it away?
Yes, I will, my tarot correspondent.
Yes.
In the metaphysical Netherlands out there. Okay, yes. So welcome again to Virtual Tarot, and every month at Virtual Tarot we read a 4-card spread for every sign, and those 4 cards consist of: first card, the overall environment of the month for you, Taurus. Second card represents your challenge. The third card will represent the unexpected, that which you may not expect. Forewarned is forearmed. And then in the last position, we'll give you the outcome, wrap a little bit of narrative around that. And this month, we're also delivering a 5th card. It is a card that will talk a little bit more to you specifically about love. So we're calling it the love card. And that said, I'm going to go to Ava. We are doing last month's recap, and this is what happened to you last month. In the position of the environment, we had Temperance in the upright. Very nice card.
Right. So, Temperance in the upright. Actually, you see, January was a spectacular month because anytime you get a respite from previous troubles, is a wonderful thing. It's a card of healing. So you experience a healing month where you leave your troubles behind, that which had been a disruption, disturbing in any way to you, and you experience the whole month as a wonderful healing, a healing from whatever suffering you had had before. And you know, the symbol for the card is pouring oil over troubled waters, sort of bringing calm and peace to a previously unsettling situation or emotional state. So that's what was going on for you in the month of January, Taurus. And Trudy, the next card.
Okay, and in the next position, we had
The Hierophant.
in the challenge position.
Yes.
So you were challenged with fitting in once again. Seemed as if last year we had some situations that may have caused you to feel a little bit not only out of balance, but sort of looking for your next sort of gig, I guess I should say. We did have the Tower last month, and that means, or can mean simply that you know, there was a situation or you know, even a home, a business, something was just sort of blown away quickly. It sort of was sort of like, you know, the Three Little Pigs and the Wolf, where, you know, the wolf came in and huffed and puffed and blew your house down, sort of thing. Okay, so you had to kind of start over, and you did a really great job. Didn't waste a lot of time. No grass grew under your feet. So, you know, the reason I bring all that up is that this month I see the Hierophant, and it is in the position of challenge, and it is a card that asks you to once again sort of fit into some sort of, you know, more orthodox way of sort of approaching things. Now, that could be a challenge for you based upon what you dealt with last year. I can very well see why that might be, but, you know, so we're going to move on and into the next card, which was, Ava will speak to, which was in the position of the unexpected, the Queen of Pentacles.
Yes, the Queen of Pentacles. Unexpectedly, you may have had a woman who fits the description of someone who is very practical, down to earth, loving, nurturing, a sort of a female rule maker. She's got both feet on the ground. She's simple. She's sensible. That might have been a sort of character that introduced itself into the month, or maybe you had to be responsive to this woman in some way. But on a general level, it's taking a very sensible approach and working hard and gleaning rewards from that, making a little go a long way unexpectedly, and reforming also your less than practical behaviors. So unexpectedly, you may have been able to do that. So then, at the end, we have the Ace of Swords. So take it away, Trudy.
Well, this is an excellent card to come up at the end of the year, and I guess I'm calling January the end of the year because Ava and I were reading in our PJs.
Yes.
When we read this card, and it was not too long before the fireworks blew. So at the end of the year, there was this sort of sense of, hey, I'm victorious, which is kind of cool because it's like, wow, I made it. And, you know, it's a promise almost, because this is an ace, and you kind of held on to your truth. And at the end of last year, there was this sense of victory, and you know, sort of, you know, you've got a grip on the cause, I guess. So whatever you were doing last year, you know, it looks as if you're getting ready, like, to mount those horses again. Let's see what's going on, and I can't wait to find out. Abe, I'm going to shuffle the cards.
Yes. I have Moon in Taurus.
I know.
Yes. So you know, sometimes the even the Moon can be a indicator of the for you. So it's a good idea if you have a Moon in Taurus to also pay attention to this reading.
Well, you know, my son's a Taurus, and I can tell you this reading definitely resonates for him. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that. Yes.
There's the Queen of Pentacles, right?
Yes.
That must be me.
You.
I'm certainly. I call myself the ATM machine, so that probably is me.
Yes, you're open 24 hours a day, are you not?
Oh, sure am. You better believe it. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little extra shuffling here.
Yeah, be sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this going for Taurus. They are one of, I have to say, I love Taurus. Taurians.
They are sweet, sweet people. And they
It's a
often
beautiful
are very
sign.
good chefs.
They're artists.
They're artists, they're chefs.
Artists. What's
Yes.
that?
And they're very good lovers as well.
And why would you say that? How would you know?
I happen to know.
Is this some you picked this up in like Cosmopolitan or something?
I get that.
Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to cut him right now, and let's say a prayer.
All right.
Because we only want the best for all of our signs.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. Okay, let's see what we have here. I really feel like this is just about right. And up comes...
Yes. What is that?
The Page of Cups in the reverse. Okay? So I'm going to let you take this, Abe. Why don't you take this? Are you ready, or do you want me to?
Yes. Well, I got to think about it for just a second.
Right.
Because, you know, whenever there's a reversal, it's a little bit a conundrum.
Right.
Yes. Well, first of all, the Page of Cups is the card of the dreamer. Let's just say that right away. Okay. So these are your dreams. These are the initiation of your dreams. Your that which is emotionally, creatively at the heart of what you want in life. Now, that could mean as it is expressed in either art or love. And when you see this reversed in love, in a love reading, it's unrequited love. So it is that you aren't there's a little bit of a disappointment because you're not receiving what you're giving. It's a bit of a heartbreak. It's not as severe as the Three of Swords, but it is a shattering of dreams. You know, it's like one of your dreams doesn't manifest. Maybe you had hoped that a person was the one, and maybe this month you find out that perhaps they aren't. But it can be also that you're not listening to your inner voice, not paying attention to all the clues that are coming to you, and consequently you're not able to respond in a realistic manner to what's directly in front of you. You're not able to assess the situation properly. So it's like you're infatuated with someone or something, and you're rudely awakened from that infatuation. So it's, which can have emotional repercussions. You know, like you become overly emotional because of it, or you are feeling that you need to right a wrong of some sort, and you go out of your way to do that. But anyway, it could just simply be falling into illusion or fantasy as well. There you go.
Back to me, okay. If you have young ones, you know, because you're a Taurus, you're an Earth sign, and this is can also be a young man or a young lady who's, you know, either a Scorpio, a Cancer, or Pisces. You may have a young one in your midst who's a little bit overly emotional this month, and you know, just kind of whiny, crying, demanding attention. That is another meaning of this card. So a two-year-old comes to mind.
Exactly. Or you know what it is, you know, on a very mundane level, it could simply mean the inability to keep a secret. You know, because upright, there's a sort of an emotional honesty, but when it's reversed, it's that you are what's the word? The word is that you are given the responsibility of keeping a secret, or given the task of keeping something secret and spilling it.
Right, right.
Hold it to yourself.
You're not an excellent confidant.
You're not an excellent confidant, and consequently that might, you know, have like rippling effects out into the environment.
Right, yeah. But then again, you know, this card can speak to children, you know, young ones too. So there's a couple of different ways to look at any of the core cards.
Children, or you're moody, you know, like that.
Right. Couple ways to look at any of the core cards.
Yeah.
But you know, and I do like what you said about infatuation, because that is this card. And one last possible meaning to this card that I like to bring up is a lack of inspiration, you know.
That's right. That's right.
Inability to get a project off the ground, something that you've been sort of dancing around a little bit.
Yeah,
so,
staring at that blank page and not being able to start, you know?
Right. Okay. In the next position, we have the Knight of Wands in the upright. And I like this card because it always reminds me of the Hunger Games. And if you've seen the Hunger Games, and if you remember the girl on fire and the boy on fire, they were in their chariot racing down the Capitol, you know, boulevard, and all of a sudden, you know, their little outfits lit up, and it's a, you know, that's exactly what this card is. It's a cocky, fiery card, and it can either mean movement, like this kind of cocky, you know, movement, or it can just mean passion, moving through your life, or, I mean, literally, it can mean, you know, that there's this impulsive, passionate young man who's a challenge to you. So, I don't know, if we're reading about love, I'd say your challenge is this, you know, getting this passion, this, you know, into your life, and we're not talking about just any old kind of passion either. I mean, we're talking about, you know, showy passion, you know what I mean? So that means that you want to show off, you want to maybe, you know, have someone, you know, on your arm who is noticed, who people notice, you know, something beautiful, something, you know, that's out of the ordinary, you know, someone who's out of the ordinary. But that's just kind of what comes up for me. It could also just mean that you're having a hard time getting fired up, you know, and to get this project off the ground, you know, this thing you've been dancing around. You're just having a hard time, like, really, you know, catching fire, basically. That's what I got, Ava. My tarot correspondence. Switching over to you.
Well, it's the card of the free spirit, part of the wanderer, the impulsive, passionate seeker. So it's in your challenge. So perhaps the environment you're in is infused with a lot of action. And your challenge is to meet that with equal passion, equal energy, to keep up, in other words. So perhaps it's your challenge to bring these elements into yourself, as Trudy says, to catalyze your spirit. That is, to find the energy flow, to let the energy flow, and to move forward quickly, because there's a lot of action. This is one of the most active fire cards in the deck, so that suddenly things take off, and maybe your challenge is to just keep up with what's happening. That's it. Thank you, Trudy.
Thank you, Ava. Let me introduce to you the unexpected queen. All right.
All right. Queen of what?
The Queen of Cups for the month of February. In the position of the unexpected, we have...
Oh, my.
The perfect woman. However, she's not presenting as perfectly perfect this month, because everything that you love about her, about yourself, is a little bit over-exaggerated.
Oh, my.
Yeah, we might have some waterworks going on this month. Or we might have someone, you know, who's just feeling a little bit, you know, like they don't really want to forgive. They're going to hold a grudge. You know, they're not going to, you know, they're holding their emotions back. They're holding on to their emotion.
Is it reversed?
It is reversed.
Oh, I see. I see. I was wondering why.
The lovely little cup. We love her so much. She's a beautiful, beautiful queen. She's a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. But don't you know, a water queen scorned is not a good thing. So perhaps she was scorned. Perhaps you were scorned. But within your midst, you have this overly emotional, dramatic woman. And
it might be you.
It might be you. It might not be you.
Well,
it might be a friend. It might be, if you're one of our 20% male viewers, it could be the woman in your life. You know, it could be your mother.
Yes, indeed.
It could be, but there's some woman takes center stage unexpectedly, and she turns on the waterworks. I'm going to hand this over to the metaphysical netherworld out there.
Yes, and on a more general level, it's emotional insecurity. Let's just say that. And feeling disappointed, and feeling there's a scattered, you know, unfocused, sort of winging it, you know, not being able to really ground yourself. Maybe you're even jealous.
Well, it could also be playing the victim.
Yes, or playing the victim, or being jealous. But if you're again going into the artistic realms, where again you're creatively blocked, it's the same thing. You're creatively blocked. So there's something you're not feeling inspired. If it's not a creative project or a venture. It might be that this person, you're not being inspired by this person, or maybe you're feeling manipulated, or maybe you feel you need to manipulate to get what you want.
Or it could be unrequited love, as you had mentioned before with this page.
Absolutely. So it's an emotional disappointment of some sort. You don't feel full emotionally, so you have to deal with this unexpectedly. You see, you had expected possibly that something was going to be a emotional reward for you, but this month you find that there's a little bit of a letdown, a little bit of a disappointment there. Maybe you were unrealistic about the whole thing. Again, fantasy. You know, you're infatuated, meaning you weren't listening to the clues, the clues that were being given to you, and so suddenly you realize that this isn't reciprocal. This relationship is not reciprocal.
Outcome card, 10 of Cups.
10 of Cups.
No, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Erase that.
What is it?
It is the 10 of Pentacles.
The 10 of Pentacles. Is that right?
Yes. So behind all of this madness, we have this like really great family legacy, foundation, support.
Right.
You know, like this security sort of.
Oh yeah. So maybe you return to the nest.
Yes. So there you go. The nest is behind you. You know, it's underneath you, and maybe that's why. You know, there's a bit of this inertia, maybe? Yeah. I don't know. I see a little inertia here, maybe, and inability to, you know, really feel inspired. But if this is a relationship, I don't know. It's the month of love, and it certainly does look like a relationship.
It does, doesn't it?
It does. It just could. It just could point to the fact that, and I really resonate with what you say, Ava, which is this page in the inverse. I mean, there could be a bit of fantasy going on. There could be this unrequited love thing happening, and it feels like it's just in the first stages. You know, if this is perhaps a love relationship, you may be in the first stages of this relationship, right. And that is why the challenge is this, you know, to show your passion, right?
Exactly.
To really make that, you know, sort of, you know, you're trying to like impress, I guess, you know. But it's hard to impress when the object of your affection, or even you, are, you know, either not out of a past relationship or overly emotional about whatever's going on, you know, here in this relationship. I'm not sure. It could be a past relationship. But then at the end, we have this 10. This 10 which says, you know, you're secure. I mean, you can experience all of this, and you've got, like, the family behind you. Like, the family, quote, unquote.
Yes.
Like the mob.
It does help to have the mob behind you. That's true.
That's right.
You wouldn't want them as your foe, that's for sure.
That's right.
But it's solid foundation, security. You feel protected nonetheless. And if it speaks to some sort of financial investment, you're going to find that that investment is actually a good one. You might get promoted at work regardless of what's going on. in your personal life. There might be a promotion at work. There might be whatever financial rewards from on a completely different level, you see. So you've got this emotional turmoil on one end, and yet on the purely materialistic level, you seem fine. And that's Taurian too, you know. Taurus seems to be able to handle things.
Right, it's like having 10 ATM machines at your disposal.
That's right. That's right.
Not just one, 10.
Yeah, that's right. So it's being able, regardless of what's going on, to maintain a stable home, to maintain career and home all at the same time, to be conservative in your financial world, and to keep stable. It could even mean a legacy, like suddenly you come into some money somehow.
It could, but I wanted to mention one thing about this queen. The other thing about this queen is this is the queen who likes to get drunk.
Yes, she does.
So,
but I mean, it can be drugs, it can be alcohol.
It's called self-medication, right? This is the queen who likes to self-medicate when she's upside down. So just be, you know, if this is you, you know, try to stay practical, keep your feet on the ground, and don't drown your fantasies in your drug of choice this month, you know?
Yes, that's good advice.
We do actually have a fifth card, though, Abe. I'm going to pull it right now.
All right.
You're going to like it.
I am?
Oh, right. You like it for Taurus. It's the 8 of Wands.
Yahoo! Oh, my God.
That is really good. You're going to give a lot of Valentines.
Oh, my God. Is that right?
Of love. The arrows of love. And you're shooting them out.
Wow.
So sweet.
Well, there's a lot of texting going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of communication. And you know what? I mean, it could be to different people even.
Yeah. You know what? You could meet somebody on a vacation.
Yeah.
Traveling. Or, you know, you could travel together. Or, because this is speed and activity and movement and being all fired up. And
I love it. It's awesome because we had in the challenge position the Knight of Wands, but then, you know, it looks like you're going to achieve your goal, right?
Yes. Yes.
With some effort on your part.
That's right, with some effort. But this is holiday romance. I really believe it's holiday romance. So it's all about that. In either you take a holiday together and rekindle your romance, or you actually do meet someone while on holiday. And maybe that previous heartbreak has launched you literally on a vacation, on a pursuit of love, and or, you know, you're on the go one way or the other. It's like there's a lot of action, maybe even a lot of maybe you get on Facebook, maybe you get on Match.com.
Plenty of fish.
Yes, plenty of fish.
What are all the other ones, Ava? There's like a million of them now, right? Time for us, our time.
Yes, or
women who like to date skinny men, you know, whatever.
Women who like fat men.
Yes, men who like fat women. There's something for everyone, girls. So get out there, because that's what this is. This is putting in the effort.
Putting in the effort, and you know, you've got it's almost like you forget all about everything else, and you take off and you sail away, and you take a kind of a respite, a trouble-free time for your relationship to help either heal it or to rekindle the passion of it. But it's exciting. You choose to do something exciting.
Well, you do something. That's the point.
Yeah, you do something about it. You think on your feet. You know?
And it is the arrows of love, Cupid's
It
arrow.
is. It is. And so despite all that has been talked about in the last 4 cards, this is a very strong card, a very positive card. It really represents that you seek a certain amount of freedom from all that. And whether you do it in the context of a current relationship or whether you go out there and just say, well, to heck with all that, I'm going to find someone, and I'm not going to be held back. This is like hitting your target, you know, like taking your arrow and hitting your target.
Well, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Match.com, because you know how on Match.com people email you and you can email people?
Yeah.
So it reminds me of like communication. You know, you send it out there to like, you have different targets, okay?
Yes.
So you're going to send it to maybe, instead of just, yeah, and it doesn't have to be Match.com, but
Playing the field.
Playing the field, that's true. And then the other side of that is, you know, if you're in a relationship already, that you could be sending out a lot of communication to your partner, your lover, that is, you know, endearing. You know, just really positive reinforcement. Just, you know, and really putting that out there. That, you know, I think could be a great thing to do in the month of February. You know how men love positive reinforcement? Ava and I talk about this. What do men want?
Well, they want you to say you're so strong. You're so intelligent. You're so right.
You're right. Yeah, they want compliments, beer, and sex. That's it, girls.
Yes, they do.
This is the compliment part.
Yes.
So give them the compliments. I think it's a good month to compliment your man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right, right. And well, it's a truly, you know, there's almost something glamorous about this card too. A certain amount of glamour surrounding the card too. I don't know how it will affect you as a couple or if you're looking for someone, but there's a certain amount of glamour associated with this card. So keep that in mind as well. So look glamorous, girls.
Like this. See, I have my red lip shawl on. And my sparkle dress, because I can't wear my sparkle shoes anymore. Ava forbids it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how you might acquire a personal and private reading from Ava or I. Simply go to virtualtarot.wordpress.com, peruse the readings, choose a reading that resonates with you, purchase the reading, and then, if you would, shoot us an email at avatrudy@yahoo.com. Send your questions, and we'll get right back to you. And when you do, you're going to be amazed, because when we get these questions in, oh my God, Spirit has so much to say. Ava and I can't even believe it. So much more, actually, and it's such a better, like, almost Spirit rewrites the question. So it's profound, and it's you know, sometimes Ava and I just, I mean, we have to really say, wow, you know. So it's really good stuff. And Abe, do you want to talk about the council card?
Yeah, sure.
You want to expand on the private readings, because you might want to say more than wow, but it's hard really to explain the magic of these readings, the power, the magic. I mean, they're just.
Well, you know, I have a lot of. When I get feedback, generally, I mean, many different things, of course, are said, but often the response is, "Oh my goodness, I should have gotten a private reading before. I had no idea that there was so much information, so much guidance that could be gleaned from the tarot spread. And it not only surprises them, but it also surprises me too, yes. And every time I read, I'm also edified because, you know, we are all one. All people are one. And your experience in life is just a sort of your particular area of experience, but it's shared really by all of us. And so these readings are also very edifying for me, and I really appreciate when you come to me, as it really helps me too. So thank you for that. And let me explain what then the council card is. We have a paid site. I think it's about $5, $4.99 or something like that. And what you get is a single council card from the major arcana as an illumination of the previous 4-card spread for that month. And you can look at all of them if you'd like. So you can look at your rising sign, your sun sign, and your moon sign, and really get the spiritual insight onto the mundane aspects of what that reading is. So it's a really interesting way to analyze the spread. And it's we also have your yearly forecast there as well. I don't think we've finished them yet, have we, Trudy?
No, we have not, but we will get to that.
Yes, we will. We will.
Here shortly, as soon as we finish them.
Suddenly, since Trudy is suddenly speaking. So.
For you.
Yes. So, yes, that's it.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for joining us at Virtual Tarot. And we want to also say, mwah, thank you so much for your subscriptions, because we're at 10,000. And we are so pleased and honored to still be here, you know, in 2015. Hope to bring you more really cool things. We're going to work on a new website, and we have a lot of plans. So stick with us. And I guess I'm going to say goodbye. First of all, I'll have Ava say goodbye. Okay, Ava.
All right, bye. Bye-bye, Taurus.
Isn't she great? Okay, goodbye. We love ya. See you next month.